Shalom to you. Happy Purim. I think you're like a modern day Esther. You know Esther in the book of Esther, the Megillat Esther? You look like with the crown, but like the Queen of Sheba or something amazing. And were you born in Ethiopia and came to Aliyah, Israel?
No, actually, I born in Israel. My mother came to Israel and she was pregnant with me.
Wow.
And she came along with another two kids.
Was that the one in the plane with the wings of eagles?
The plane, but yeah, the Solomon operation. But
Solomon operation.
When she told the story, it looked like a plane. There was a plane, the military plane.
Yes.
And it was
Military,
very,
that's
very
us.
early, yeah, very early in the morning. And it was very hard, and the people was crushed and it was very hard. And when she came to Israel, also there is a big Sephora,
Yeah.
you know, I think to imagine somewhere, someone in the future, somewhere, I think she needs to write a book.
She should. Every immigrant, even I made Aliyah years and years ago, and I'm writing a book right now. But I really think you should write a book because the Bible talks about this. It says from the north, give them up from the south. Don't hold them back. I will bring them to the ends of the earth and gather them. This is why we, as the Aliyah Return Center, work so hard to help all these events and put on these celebrations. Shalom friends, and welcome to the Esther event here where we're really commemorating not only Esther's but also Mordecai's modern day heroes who, just like the heroes of the past, have been such a blessing to Israel and actually have rescued and helped Israel. Now many of these are hidden heroes, just like Esther. It almost sounds like the name Mustar or Hester, which is hidden, right? There's a mystery here. And as you can see around me, these are immigrants that have come here to our event, which we're doing along with the Ministry of Aliyah, Ministry of Absorption. The Aliyah Return Center is bringing these modern day Esthers and their children to a fun day so they can celebrate Purim, which is this festival that it says. And what's your name? What's your name? Abigail. And what are you dressed as?
Thief.
A princess?
No, thief.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a cartoon character of some sort. So people love to dress up. And Purim, the reason why they dress up and celebrate is because of the whole mystery in the book of Esther of how God was working, and it was like a disguise. Esther had a disguise on. No one knew she was Jewish. Even Haman didn't know when this vicious, genocidal, destroy all of Israel edict went forth, that he pushed forth. He cast lots. You can read it in the scroll of Esther. We read it every year. And what happens is there comes a time where Esther was chosen to be queen, and she has to go before the king uninvited. And this is the choice I think all these Esthers have to make. It's dangerous, but will you stand up and speak out for what's right? That's the choice they're making. Will you choose to stand with Israel? For them, stand in Israel, come and make their journey home to the promised land. And many think that the actual Cyrus edict could have been Esther's child. Quite possibly, we don't know. And so many of these modern day Esthers and modern day Mordecais are celebrating an event. Now what happened in Esther, turn to Esther chapter 4, book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 13 and 14. And you see that Mordecai approaches Esther and he challenges her and he says, Esther, what if you were brought to the throne for such a time as this? If you don't speak up, God will rescue Israel. It's his promised land. It's his promised covenant. He'll rescue Israel from somewhere else. But, you will perish. But don't you want to be used by God? I'm paraphrasing. And she chose to fast. And we've called a fast. Many people are fasting with us. And many people have fasted before this time for 3 days. And now it's a time that after the fast, we're all celebrating. Now come with me and see that through the kindness and generosity of many modern day Esthers out there in the world, we've been able to supply games for these Ethiopian immigrants. Imagine they've come from mud huts and they've come to make their Aliyah in this land, and we want to welcome them not only with the food, clothing, shelter, job training, Hebrew school. We want to give them some fun times, some fun events just like these. That's what you make possible. I want you to see this. אתה עלית לארץ? מאתיופיה? איך קוראים לך? בקלו. וואו. ואיך קוראים לך? Yosef, like Joseph in the Bible. That's amazing. ואיך קוראים לך? איך קוראים לך? נועה. ואת עשית עלייה? She is a Esther. את מתחפשת לאסתר? She is dressed as a Moroccan Jew from the country of Morocco, and that is a traditional dress. Wow. Thank you for this. את עושה עבודה טובה. You're doing an amazing job for these wonderful people. God bless you. את רוצה להגיד משהו לתורמים שתרמו את האירוע?
תודה רבה.
Thank you very much, she says. God bless you. We should have a costume. We should have a costume contest. Anyway, so you can see here that not only is it like basketball and fun and games, but we also every year we love to do events. If you want to know when our next event is at the Aliyah Return Center, it's on every biblical holiday and national holiday on the calendar. Get your prophetic calendar 2024 on our store. And you'll see, you'll be in tune exactly with what our next events are and our next online events. Passover, you don't want to miss it. It's coming up soon. Now over here, you'll see we did a whole maze and a whole bunch of fun stuff. See here a lot of the sounds of different nations. People come from all over the world and they make their immigration. That's Amharic. I was there in Ethiopia and I remember the joy and the longing to come to the Promised Land. And as the Aliyah Return Center, we're so glad that that is happening now. And I just want to thank you to all the modern day Esthers who make all this possible, the modern day Mordecais who act in faith in God's prophetic destiny for this land and all the Jewish people. So now back to the story of Esther, and I want to wrap it up. In the book of Esther, there's this moment where it all turns around. The king recognizes after those two banquets, he recognizes Haman's an evil, evil person. Haman thought he would rule the whole 127 provinces under King Ahasuerus, and suddenly that all turned around, and there was a victory over the Jewish people. And that's what we believe now, for full victory in Israel. Thank you for praying for victory in this war. Thank you for praying that dancing will return to the streets. Circle dancing, the Hora dance. And modern day Esthers, thank you for the fasting. Modern day Mordecai, thank you for the prayers and fasting. Let's continue to bless Israel going forward. There's a lot of sorrow, but you know what? There's a lot of joy promised. So God bless you from the Aliyah Return Center. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video.
Oh, what a pleasure it is to gather together and celebrate Purim. For many of you, it might be the first time. I've come from serving in southern Gaza, Khan Yunis, and these are hard times, my friends, but we remember Esther, how she stood up in hard times against Haman, which kind of sounds like Hamas, and we know that in one moment it all turned around. The wicked were defeated. Israel was able to defend herself. Now, who here is a new immigrant discovering Israel? I was a new immigrant many, many years ago. There's just no place like this beautiful country of ours. Let's celebrate the way Esther intended, the way God intends for us, as written in the Bible. We will win, and we will have full victory, and peace and security will return, and joy in the God of Israel. God bless you.
Here we are celebrating the Purim event with modern day Esthers. Everyone's dressed up in their finest to celebrate. This is how we celebrate. It had nothing to do with Halloween. This is how we celebrate the actual victory of the Jewish people over the evil Haman and his genocidal plans to destroy all of Israel. So you made Aliyah, asit Aliyah l'Israel. Aliyah, מאיפה? From where?
Russia.
From Russia. Okay. And what are we celebrating here? מה אנחנו חוגגים פה?
Purim.
Purim. What is that? Shto Purim. Okay, a holiday. Masi, but what happened in the story? Esther concealed her identity that she was a Jewish person, went before the king after praying, and saved Israel from destruction. Yafeh. And what are you dressed as? As a princess. Amazing, amazing. Now, where did you make Aliyah from? Mi'efo Aliyah?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. And was it hard to learn Hebrew and to be settled here in the land? And is it helpful, the work of the Aliyah Center, to help?
Difficult to learn Hebrew, but Aliyah Center helped a lot.
That's great. And you are here how long in Israel? 1 year. Amazing. Welcome to Israel. Welcome to Israel. Baruch haba. And you made Aliyah also from St. Peter? St. Petersburg?
No, Astrakhan.
Okay.
Astrakhan.
Okay. How long are you in Israel?
1 year. Gum.
Wow.
Gum.
Yes, and we are believing that people like you are like Esther, but modern Esther, because you are doing a hard thing and helping Israel by coming here, and you're fulfilling the Bible nevuah, promise. Do you know this?
Yes.
Good. Wow. And do you have anything you'd like to say to people that are standing with you and blessing you from America, England, everywhere? משהו להגיד להם
Chag Sameach.
happy holidays, and thank you so very much.
These are the words of Yoel. We really want to raise a round of applause and thank Aliyah Return Center. We want to also thank different modern day Esthers and Mordecais. But you women who work tirelessly to help Israel, help these new immigrants to Israel, it's not taken for granted at all, these strong partnerships that the government of Israel has with the Aliyah Return Center. We continue to work together as a united front with many projects with the Aliyah and absorption. Many projects and operations throughout the year, and I just want to thank each and every one of you staff. Christina, you shine, and everyone, remember that this is not taken for granted. Ola, who coordinates, so many things. I just want to thank you. We couldn't possibly do it without these virtuous women. Let's continue to dream the dream here. And this man here playing the music, he's not just a DJ, he's helping to coordinate these events too. Behind the scenes, there are so many, along with Chaim Mailspin, the chairman of the board of directors of the Aliyah Return Center. Thank you all so very much, and happy Purim!
So people won't feel lost in Israel, but they'll get there. They'll see the light through the balagan, through some of the hardships and bureaucracy and language. But you were born here, so maybe but for your parents, was it hard to learn Hebrew and to?
Very hard. Actually, they're in Israel 30 years, something like that, 32, and they still struggling with the Hebrew. But the culture is kind of the same of the all Israelis people. To us, we mixed.
Yeah.
Everything, and we're mostly Israeli, I think.
That's amazing, though. And so you have children as well?
Yeah, I have 5 kids.
5 kids,
Husband
Israelis.
is actually not from Ethiopia. He's not his parents are also not from Ethiopia. So we are really mixed family.
Wow. Well, we are happy to say that on behalf of people from all over the world that love you and love Aliyah and love Israel in a time of war, I love it when I see people in other countries say, we stand with you, we love you, we support you. Yeah, and she's a soldier, an Air Force. or something, dressing up. Everyone's dressing up. I didn't actually have time to dress up. I came from the army, and but we are just glad to show that love and give out the clothes and the food and the fun to celebrate.
Very important.
And do you read the Book of Esther in your house?
Of course.
The book scroll. Wow.
Every year from where I born to now, we read the book. It's like the mitzvah, reading the Megillah.
Yeah. People don't know, but Jewish people are of all kinds of different ways. Some have the black hat, some look like me, some have big beard, some look like her, some look like all different. But we are Jewish, and this is our land, and we are glad to be home. Thank you for supporting the work of the Aliyah Return Center.
המדהימה שהיא עושה פה.